Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another preview video. And in this one we're going to be looking at the tmnt, the Armageddon Alliance, issue number 2, and yeah. So this one's going to be focusing on Casey Jones, which I'm quite interested to see what we do with his character. As at the moment, his character just sort of feels like he's just there and not really doing too much, so I do guess this issue will be setting up his character for stuff that might happen in the future for his character, but I guess we'll find out in this one. So yeah, let's actually get into it and actually look at the preview images. Okay, so we start off with Casey Jones on a water tower with a dog just walking up and sniffing because he sees some pizza. Casey comes down and asks if he's lost and all that, and then this is basically when he gives the dog a piece of pizza and starts to tell him about his life story, and that's when he goes in to explain that basically he would normally talk to Raph about this stuff, but now that he's with Alapex, he's not really talking about it all, and because of everything that's happened with Splinter and Casey's dad, Casey's sort of been left out and all that, and he does bring this up, which I was honestly quite surprised, which I did bring it up, was the fact that no one really talked to Casey about him losing his dad or anything like that, and about how the effects on it. So I'm glad that they're bringing that up, and interesting to see if this does go anywhere. But yeah, it's not really too much to really say here. But this is when Casey goes into explaining about stuff about his dad and saying how he was abusive, drunken, alcoholic and all that, and how that sometimes after a few days of hard work he would take a sip and all that, and then that's when Raph come in from issue, I want to say 18 or 19, I want to say, and realise about Casey's problem, and Casey sort of brings up as saying oh yeah, well he was wrong to judge quickly, and yeah, he's right again. Casey just brings up a lot of good points about the Turtles, about how that's all been very bad to him. So in the next scene or page, we just got him talking a bit more about other characters in this life, such as who do we have? We've got April, we got Angelica, and there's not really too much to really say here. But then that's when the dog leaves him, quite sadly though. And that's when he goes to his real home. So that's when he gets a call from Donnie. And basically Casey's asking if he can have some more job to do or there's anything to do, because at the moment he's not doing anything and he's put on the sideline. But Donnie is really just saying oh no, it's nothing really to do here and all that. And yeah, again, I don't really too much to really say here. But that's when he realises that there's someone else down there on the streets, and it is none other than the Punk Frogs. So this is going to be quite interesting to see in the actual issue, just because the last time we saw them, they were fighting the Turtles and Casey, and I don't know, Casey's also had a really bad luck with the Punk Frogs. The first time I met them fighting, and after that it all went downhill. So I will be interested to see if this does go anywhere, but I'm not too sure if it does. But basically the Punk Frogs are really starving, they're looking for food, and there's not really too much about it. So Casey goes in and does some nature stealth stuff to try and figure out some information about them, but again, there's not really too much to really say here. And yeah, so there was, so other than the preview images, there were some other images that was released. So we got this one, which is Casey Jones going down to the streets, which I can only presume is just him just going down to fight the Punk Frogs, or maybe the other evidence which are being revealed in another image, which are the Purple Dragons, or I think they're the Purple Dragons, just because they're humans and all that. It really does give me that vibe of the Purple Dragons, but again, I'm not exactly too sure. But as we go into the next image, which is a coloured preview one, sort of, and we've got one of these Purple Dragon members. I think he's a Purple Dragon member, I hope it is, and he goes on to talk about someone, and I feel like it could be Jenica that he's talking about, just because he mentions that some piece of tail before she mutated into that, or maybe it could be Alapex, I'm guessing. But that's when he does a really brutal assault on his character, and just straight up headbutts him, and blood comes out, and yikes. It makes the character seem a lot more cooler in a way, but at the same time, I was not expecting that, and it worked somehow, and yeah. So yeah, as we're going into the next bit, we've got the description for this one, as well as some other covers. So the description for this issue goes as follows. Casey Jones has had a tough life, Mum dead from cancer when he was just a teen, father an abusive drunken wreck, and his best friends a bunch of mutant Ninja Turtles embroidered in century-old clan war. Yeah, it's been a rough ride, and along the way, Casey learned one important lesson. Monsters come in all shapes and sizes, and they must be stopped. Now, when the Mechanical Rat King's latest gambit, the Armageddon game, threatens those closest to his heart in their own home, Casey Jones dons his hockey mask and prepares for his most dangerous battle yet. But that's okay, he's not afraid of monsters. Official tie-in to the tmnt Armageddon game, written and illustrated by Will Robertson. So, you know, there's not really too much to really say here in terms of what's going to be happening in this issue. I think when I broke this issue down, I was remembering it was quite hard to come up with things to actually talk about, because they don't really actually mention anything that's truly going to be happening in this issue. But now that we do know that someone may be coming, or I mean, know that Karai may be coming after Casey in this issue, and maybe some other villains. This issue seems like it's going to be doing a lot of stuff within this issue, such as Casey versus Purple Dragons, Punk Frogs, now Karai, maybe some other villains. And I would like to see who that other villain was in the last issue get revealed, but I guess we'll wait and see in that. Okay, so then for the covers, we do have the cover A, which is done by Roy McCardico. I'm pretty sure I said it wrong, so I'm really sorry about that. But again, this artwork looks really amazing. We've got Casey walking down the streets with the Punk Frogs. Looks really interesting with all the Punk Frogs in the background. Looks amazing. We've got cover B by Will Robertson, which I think is the artist for this issue. And yeah, this does look really cool. And when I did initially see this at first, I was thinking that maybe this whole cover could be just like a throwaway cover, just because normally the variants are normally throwaway covers and don't really have anything to do with the story. But now knowing what we do know about everything, I'm pretty sure this might actually happen in the issue. And if it does, then that's going to be really interesting, just because of all the things that it could potentially play out for the future in terms of characters, team ups and stuff like that. This could have big ramifications for everything, and I'm looking forward to it. And then the next thing, or next cover, which is the 110 variant, which is done by Matu Santaloco, and oh boy, I mean, what do I even say about this one? It's beautiful. It's just Casey just standing there. Yeah, it's amazing. I can't say any other nice things about it. It looks really beautiful. Oh god, yeah, it looks amazing. So in terms of the colours which I'm going to be picking up, in case you're interested, definitely picking up this one is amazing, hands down. I always pick up the cover A, and for the Alliance issues, I am tempted to pick them all up, and this one, oh god, again, it looks beautiful, amazing. What else can I say that's not already been said that should be said, basically, and yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, let me know in the comment section below, are you looking forward to this issue, are you not, and are there things which you think might happen in this issue or not, and also with the covers, what cover will we be picking up. But yeah, this issue is going to be a really big and amazing one, and I can't wait for it. But yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. If you do listen, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo. Bye.